I mean, God, if you're Julian Edelman, though, right now, what are you thinking? If you had to fight for every dollar the way Julian Edelman had to fight for every dollar the last 11 years, what are you thinking right now?
Do you think Julian Edelman is happy or unhappy with this move?
I mean, it'll probably make things easier for him on the football field, but I mean, think about it. He had to come back on a one-year deal in 2013, and then they give him a far below market deal after that. And even now, like you look at the incentives that are built into his deal, it's if I'm like another skill, like Rob Gronkowski, what would Rob Gronkowski think right now if he looks at this and says, like, well, wait a second, like
right.
You held that 8-year contract over my head like a noose for the majority of my career. And now this guy blows his way out of Oakland, and you're just handing him $9 million. So I think like we talk a lot about how like one contract plays into another. Like, wouldn't you think that this would have? I don't know. I would think that like if you're another guy who really had to fight for every dollar, the way they make a lot of guys fight for every dollar, Tom Brady included, you probably look at this a little sideways.
Who's the receiver? Who's the odd man out at receiver?
I would think it'd be Gunner. That would be my guess. I mean, it's the obvious one, right? Like, I think Jacoby Myers is somebody who's a little difficult to cut right now because you risk losing him. Like, if you want to match it up, like if they want to keep their young guys and they're really about developing this going forward too, then the guy who doesn't play special teams who'd be easy to get rid of right now might be Demaryius Thomas.
So you think that Well,
although he did you the solid of like you cut him and he agreed to come back and he helped you with a logistical move. The one that matches up best, and Bill thinks about special teams with all of these, like you're adding a player in Antonio Brown who's not going to help you on special teams. That's a position where you generally get special teams help from. The guy who would match up cleanest, right? The cleanest guy to get rid of would be Demaryius Thomas.